Alright guys, I'm very sorry, but the moustache has gone. I wanted to keep it, but whenever I was blowing my nose, like all the snot would just get on it, and then I'd be trying to like get it off, and then you just got like little bits of like snot that starts drying, and it's just annoying. So I had to shave. I really liked it though, and yeah, that's just the way it is. It's probably like week 48 or 49 now, I think. Can you see these? We've got some pieces of paper up. These are our finances. Mine and Praz. Do you want to say hi?
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Shut up.
You sound like
Stop making fun of me.
You sound like a 3-year-old who's
I'm
doing like
shy.
the first
This is
video.
my first time on video on YouTube.
Yeah.
Hi YouTube.
There you go. Oh yeah, what you'll notice as well is we'll look here. When in reality, like you see how you're not even looking at the camera. Do you see how you're not even looking at the camera?
Yeah.
The camera's actually there.
I know.
Yeah.
I know how to tell where the camera is. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Did you know that there's actually a camera that's in the front? Yeah. But what? So the week, it's just passed. Physically, haven't done too much exercise really. But I've done like little bits here and there. Maybe exercise twice in the whole week. Most of the time when I come back from work, I went outside and hung on the bar, which has been pretty good, pretty helpful.
Hanging out.
Yeah, hanging out on the bar. Hanging out at the bar.
That's the only bar you go to.
Yeah.
I can afford to.
Yeah. It's actually good to be fair.
Yeah.
But oh fucking my back aches as well. Which shows how good hanging out on the bar's doing.
Seems like you need another bar. Ditch this one as well.
Bigger bar.
Probably.
You're so formal.
Stop! That's how you're like that all the time anyway.
This is why it's like flirting with me, like being around me.
Yeah, that's what Sharon and me keep telling you. Tom, stop being such formal.
Can't help it.
Literally, when
so
you're saying
weird,
bye
though.
to me at the door, you go. You like nod your head politely. Why are you blowing your nose in front of them? They don't want to hear you blow your nose. Lovely.
I feel like this is like pantomime or something. So like, there's actually a live studio audience there.
Oh God.
So physically, been doing alright.
Not really.
Not
You've been
really.
sick.
Oh yeah.
Tommy literally just blows his nose.
I like how you're like trying to appeal to the audience to be like,
I mean, there is an audience that could. What are you talking? You're not just talking to yourself. Stop ruining my hair. And then he gave it to me. Made me sick. And my co-worker made me sick. But anyway.
double whammy.
Whoop whoop. 2 other co-workers of mine fell sick as well.
Do you think they fell sick because of you?
No. I hadn't met one of them until yesterday. And he was sick as well.
Before or after you met you?
No, before I was sick. But when I was
He was
healthy.
ill?
And no. Are you confusing me? So when the last time we had a shift together, neither of us was sick. So yesterday was the next time we had a shift together, and he recovered from sickness as well.
But you could have got sick from the first time you guys met.
What? No. We hadn't met just recently. Anyway,
okay.
That's straying away from the point.
Yeah, so physically, I haven't done too much exercise. What about you, Bubs? How do you feel about your physicality?
Well, I've been working a lot, so I walk because of work. I walk around, I walk a lot because of that. But otherwise, it's been okay, not the best. Haven't done intentional. I tried to do some today, but because I was feeling quite tired and still tired from the sickness. Yeah, I did. I did like 20 minutes, but yeah, something's better than nothing. Yeah.
And what else? What's wrong with it?
Huh?
What's wrong with it?
I don't know. Wait. There we go. That's much better.
It's better. Thank you. I feel like I look like I'm like 18 again or something.
You look nice. Looks lovely. Okay, enough.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a second as well about the physical. Social. I get on with my co-workers. I really enjoy being around them. Socially, how have you been doing, Babs? Do you want to say?
Socially, I get on well with some of my co-workers. I've gotten closer to my manager, which is nice. Which also means he will, whenever the days I want off, he'll give those to me because we're on good terms. But I mean, otherwise as well, he's just a nice person and we get on well. But otherwise, socially, I haven't been talking to my friends as much, and I've fallen out with my best friend. So that's a whole another issue that I'm dealing with. But yeah, I think I will try and make an effort to reach out to my friends, especially my girlfriends back in Oxford. Because yeah, it's just been a while, and they're really good friends of mine. I think, at least I'm still getting to know them in a way, but we're close. We're in a weird stage, but yeah. But yeah, gonna reach out to them, and we're gonna have one of our really good friends, close friends, down this Sunday. Sharon. Yeah. So that should be good. We're doing a surprise birthday party and games night.
I think he follows my YouTube channel. You didn't hear anything?
Okay, well...
let's not disclose other people's names as well in the future.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe, but I don't know. Secrecy and all.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. But that's where we're at.
I think I've done it before anyway. I think I've actually told people's names before.
Yeah, you have. But it's not like they're gonna know them.
That's true.
I mean, obviously people can easily just find it out through your social media.
Yeah. I suppose what we could do is we could like... I suppose if we're talking smack about someone, then I suppose we don't say anything.
Yeah. It's just a friend. I mean, people do it all the time on YouTube anyway, and like vlogs and stuff. They're like, yeah, my friend Jack.
That's
The
true.
most generic name ever, but yeah.
That's fair. Okay, fair enough.
Obviously, with other things, it makes sense. Like what we were talking about on Obsidian.
But yes, so socially, alright. I met up with my friends last Sunday. Well, yeah, the Sunday that's just happened. That was nice. I met up with like one of my older friends, and we had things to talk about, and it was actually quite nice to see him again. And mentally, I think I've been doing better than previous times. I think I've just felt more organised, and I felt more like less overwhelmed with a lot of things. So it's meant that I've been able to I've had that energy. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think physically as well, I've been on like a kind of, I'm thinking of maybe trying a carnivore diet, but I want to do that when I have enough money to afford it. And I've started looking up like some of Alex Hormozi's stuff, and for like financially, and yeah, working at the place where I work at, in the coffee place, it's pretty good as well. You know, the pay isn't as good. Like my friends are earning likely around 3 times the amount that I am earning, and I'm kind of looking for graduate jobs and stuff, but we'll see how it goes. What we're going to do is we're going to spend the amount of money that we need to spend on the necessary things for for Christmas, for like buying presents, allocate some money towards like how much we'll spend on New Year's and other stuff like that.
I forgot about New Year's.
Yeah. But I mean, it'll be okay then. And then we'll work out how much money we have, and then from there we'll just be able to work out, okay, so we're working like, this is the amount of money that we'll have going in, this is where we'll allocate our money. And I think what we'll both try and do also is actually start saving less of it, but spending more of it on like our own capabilities. So like buying courses and like following them, maybe even buying like, I don't know, tools or certain things to help us like with our careers. Finished The Way of the Superior Man, very happy about that. Been reading a book about Ikigai, which is insightful and helpful. And that's, Ikigai is basically like about life's worth. So it allows you to, because if you understand what you should do with your life, then it's like a kind of, well, it's like being able to see that there's a monument on the horizon that you can work towards, and it gives your life a kind of direction, a focus. So financially as well, I think that's really been helpful, and I've been reading a lot of it because, one, it's really easy to read, and it's but two, also because I'm actually motivated. Like, if I read this, I trust that if I read it, I'll come up with a good way of understanding what I want to do with my life. And then following that, I'll only have because I'll have a direction, I'll be able to just put all my energy and drive into that. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that as well. How are you doing as well, financially, Lovey?
Financially pretty well. Well, I got paid 2 weeks ago. Not sure. Well, on the 28th of last month I got paid. So I haven't really done major expenses. I haven't had really major expenses. So I've been able to keep all my money and gonna put it into savings. Most of it into my savings account. And then we're gonna budget the rest of it for all of the necessities and all of our priorities right now. And for next year, for whatever plans we have for next year, yeah, we're gonna start budgeting now itself. Yeah. What?
And you just look cute.
Stop it.
What else? How have you felt mentally as well?
Mentally, I think mentally I'm doing a bit better now. At least this week. I know last week, I was really stressed and quite sad over a lot of things as well. I have been stressed and overwhelmed a couple of times this week. No, actually, I think, yeah, I was stressed out and sad in the beginning of the week. But then, as gradually it got slightly better, and I was able to deal with the overwhelming emotions and situations. Work does stress me out sometimes, but I'm just learning to deal with it and not really carry it on forward. But yeah, looking forward to the next week. Hopefully it's better. And I've just been, the sickness has mostly just been taking up most of my energy and mental energy and my physical energy, so I haven't really been able to deduct how I feel exactly. But yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course it does.
But yeah, I'm just waiting for the sickness to go away. Yeah. And then should be back on track mostly. Yeah.
What do you think's helped you be less overwhelmed?
Good question. What has helped me less overwhelmed? I guess pulling myself out of that train of negative thoughts and telling myself mentally, like, okay, you know you're starting to spiral and think of these negative thoughts, just step away and just take a deep breath and just sit there, let it pass through you, let it flow through you, and it will eventually pass. Obviously you're not gonna, I don't feel completely alright, but I still feel better than what I did. And then and then I talk to someone like you about it, and then I feel better. I'm able to, like, okay, yeah, I was just in my own head, or I'm able to organize it and see how I felt about it.
That's cool.
Yeah. So thank you for that.
Of course.
Yeah.
One of the things that we did today, which was one of like the reasons why I wanted to make this video, was we were talking, well, I'd done like a little bit of work in the morning when I woke up. And then I came downstairs and I was telling prar about it, and then I realised as soon as I walked in the door and saw her face, I could see that there was like a certain tension there, and there was a certain like kind of unfulfillment in a way.
Yeah, I was just restless and stressed.
And we spoke about them, like why prar was feeling like restless and stressed out and stuff.
Yeah.
And one of the things we did after was we used obsidian, which is why I wanted to like make this video as well, because it also points out how good obsidian is as well. There we go. So one of the things I probably shouldn't have done is I did kind of like, I listened to obviously what prar was saying, but I kind of didn't really like, I mean, Babs, do you think I did a good job at listening to you, or do you think that I just kind of listened to you only to provide you with an answer on how to do something? Or do you think that I actually did listen to you?
I think you did the first. I think it was because you were working on your obsidian, and you just come down and you wanted me to tell me about it. So you did listen to me, but you jumped to giving me a solution to it, which did help me in the end. But yeah, I think at that moment, obviously, just for that point of time, just sitting there with my emotions, and you sitting there with me, would have been more helpful. And then we could move on later in a while towards thinking, hey, what can we do for this?
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I think that train of thought was all running in your mind about obsidian and organising your thing. So you carried it on and said, hey, are you, like, it really helps me. I think that it could help you with this as well. Which obviously, nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Would you appreciate it of me to just sit there and listen rather than...
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go. I failed slightly.
Stop failing.
I didn't do what you kind of needed. So I can't fail.
We learn.
Yeah. But in that failing, I was able to make another thing for a video. So that's what we're going to move on to then. And basically, right here, this is one of the maps this is basically a map that I just started constructing in my head as soon as prar was saying things, because it just, now I've only used like obsidian, I don't know, maybe for 20 hours, maybe even less, but it makes so much sense to be able to structure things like this. So we worked out that prar was feeling, this is prar, and there were inputs into her, which, I mean, this is all flipped for you, but the inputs into her, so she was wanting to be able to do exercise, and she was wanting to go on to doing, things that she wanted to do, but what we realised were there were some things that were impacting her, such as her back was hurting, and it had been hurting for the last week or something, and it's hurt for many more times as well. And also the house was a bit of a mess, so it was messy everywhere, and that was just distracting. And it's living in a cluttered house, it kind of, in my opinion, I feel like I lose respect as well for myself in allowing myself to live in that environment. Do you have any other thoughts, Lovey? No?
Yeah, I definitely think the same, and it clutters my mind as well. And just having a clean space. What is this angle? And just having a clean space to work in is really nice, because you can organise your thoughts. It's easier to organise yourself when your environment is organised. That's basically it.
I get you. So then, so what we did then was we then just made this flow diagram, which is okay, so in order for us to do these things, what are the things that are impacting us right now? What are the things that are interrupting what we're doing, or what are the things that we need to do in order to be able to start executing the things we want to do right now? And for prar, that was that her back was hurting and the house was cluttered, and so we just broke it down and then made links to these things. So, okay, so your back hurts, so how do you do something about that? And then check here, and then this is kind of how we'd do it. So we'd say what's the problem, and what's a solution that we can come to that. Okay, it's to go to maybe a chiropractor or something, and then just make a link to that, and then okay, so what is a chiropractor and all this stuff, and then, for instance, a chiropractic per like thing in our area. Chiropractic thing.
Chiropractic thing.
Yeah.
Chiropractor.
A chiropractor. A chiro. Chirotractor.
Chirotractor.
And yeah, and it's like the thing I find beautiful about all of this.
The beauty.
The beauty of it all.
The beauty.
The beauty of it is that like the fact that we like within like a couple of minutes you can just like power through. You don't have to remember anything. You literally just like you just become a robot and you can be like, oh, okay, so what does it mean for this? Oh, okay, I need to go and see a chiropractor. Okay, and then straight away on Google, where's the nearest chiropractors? Okay, copy and paste the information. Okay, which one says it's best? Okay, this one. How much is the price for each one? Okay, this. How much is this, that, and the other? When they're available? Blah 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 blah. And yeah, the great thing is that you essentially just copy and paste information, and then you don't have to remember any of it because you're just writing it down somewhere. And this. I mean, this is what's fantastic about writing anything down anywhere, but particularly on a computer like this, is that you can make links, and like we've done, and then you can connect the links up, and you just have to click through them. And writing your like ideas down in some kind of notepad like this, it just means that you can forget about it because you know that your brain has already stored it somewhere else, aka on your computer. And then you can just go about your life and you don't have to worry that you've forgotten anything, and you can move on to the next thing. Like today, the different things we've thought about is we've gone over our system of how we're going to make food and like what food we're going to get. I've thought about my own system of diet. We've thought about multiple holidays and where we want to go on them. We've thought about our goals and like the different time frames we're going to stick to. We've thought about how to solve out like having problems with our health. We've also been able to cook like 2 meals. We've been able to like tidy half of the kitchen. That was a mess. And it just like I feel like I've just had so much energy because I'm not storing all of it in my head. And it's fantastic. And and I can really see like I was saying to prar earlier, like I can't imagine even just a year ago how I didn't even use like a software like Obsidian, because it was just all stored in my head. And I guess last night I didn't feel stressed out, and I felt weird about that because I was used to feeling stressed out. If I wasn't stressed out, it's because I'd forgotten something. But in a sense, I had forgotten everything last night, but that's because it's okay because it's all written down. So it's just really funny like that.
Obsidian, please sponsor Tom.
This video is brought to you by Obsidian. And also in a weird way, like, I mean, this is how I describe it to one of my friends, that using something like Obsidian is like, it's like you can do the best bits of your thinking possible, write them down, and then you can just forget about it. Like, the reason why I want to do videos on my main channel are just as much for other people as for me, because I remember when, like, I would come to, like, discuss politics with people, I wouldn't even really remember my talking points. All I remembered is I just had this certain attitude or feeling towards certain things, and then I could never really work out why. So personally, that's why I want to try and make YouTube videos as well, because they're essentially like little data banks of arguments. Sorry, Bubba. Because they're basically like little data banks of like yes, they're like these data banks of my arguments on like one or like maybe not even arguments, but just like a line of thought in a particular area.
Look at him.
Do you want to be in another video?
He's a wife beater. He's flinched. Oh my god, that was the ugliest laugh ever.
Nah, it was cute.
No.
Yeah, it was well cute, wasn't it, everyone?
Stop. What was that?
That was me appealing to the audience, going, "Hey."
He's pirate appealing to the audience.
This is when you go, "Oh no, it wasn't."
Oh. What?
Yeah. No, you say, "Oh no, it wasn't."
I lost you there.
And then everyone in the audience
Yeah.
comments, "Oh yes, it is." And then you say, "Oh no, it isn't."
No, it isn't.
And they go, "Oh yes, it is." Yeah. But yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah,
Yeah. Your talking points.
yeah, like, yeah, it's just so much easier, and I feel like I just can, because you can just forget about things. It's like one of the things I was looking at and how to organize your life is like it's about delegating responsibility. The more you can delegate responsibility, to the less things you really have to do. So I'm essentially just delegating responsibility of like information to my computer, and it's storing all of my best thoughts. And then all I have to do when I'm brain dead, I just have to come back to the computer and I go, "Oh, okay, I'm brain dead right now, but this was Tom when he was thinking the best way, so I'm just going to follow him when he was thinking the best way." Yeah. So, yeah, I mean that was my point. Download something like Obsidian and start using it, and just dedicate some time to it, because my God, it is something that has changed the way I probably will continue to live for the rest of my life. Yeah. Have you got any concluding thoughts of it?
No, yeah, I agree. I'm definitely going to start using it more, because just as Tom said, it helped me dump my thoughts. Yes. Mr. Warden? You want to know TRH. Anyway, yeah, it helped me dump my thoughts and then organise it and really just see it all in one place and then not have to think about it, which is kind of life-changing. So yeah, I'm definitely going to use it more as well. Yeah, I'm on the Obsidian bandwagon.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, see you guys in another time. See you guys in a bit. Hope your weeks have been alright. Yeah. See you in a bit.
Bye.
Love you.